Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you guys are at. I hope you're having a fantastic day. It's SoulSaint here, and we have the new update coming up right around the corner. So, if you guys don't know, Siege is coming out tomorrow at the time of this recording. But Ray decided to drop a battle tactics video for us to kind of enjoy and take a look in to get a little bit more of an understanding of what's coming out. So, with that being said, I want to give you guys my genuine reaction. So, let's take a look into it. We'll give our thoughts on it. We'll kind of explain what we're seeing so far. Maybe my interpretation might be off on some stuff because it's a genuine reaction. But bear with me as we figure out what's going on, all right? And with that being said, let's get into it.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the
voice.
second part of our Siege update preview. Last time, we looked at Siege's core mechanics.
I like the 3D model
and
they
toured
use.
the clan fortress's many buildings. For this video, we'll drill down on the various phases of a siege and see how clan versus clan combat actually plays out.
Oh,
so
boy.
cry havoc and let slip the dogs of war. For battle awaits. Each siege is divided into 3 phases: prep, matchmaking, and battle. The prep phase lasts 12 days after the previous siege, giving your clan ample opportunity to repair and upgrade your buildings.
So it's a bi-weekly event?
Defending each building, and activate the bonuses and conditions you want to use in the upcoming battle. You'll also be able to pick up any uncollected rewards and review battle reports to see how your clan fared in the last siege. During the prep phase, you cannot scout out any other clan fortresses or declare any attacks. Once the prep phase ends, the matchmaking phase begins. This will match your clan against an opposing clan of a similar strength, assuming you meet all the necessary conditions to begin a siege. For everyone's first siege, clans will be matched based on various factors like their CVC performance and clan league position. After that, victory points will be the main metric for matchmaking. If your clan hasn't set at least 15 defense teams within your clan's fortress during the prep phase, you won't be put into the matchmaking pool. This is to ensure inactive clans don't interfere with matchmaking, and means newer clans aren't being thrown into a match without being properly prepared.
So basically, that kind of forces your clan to be of a certain size or aspect to be able to provide a certain amount of teams. And then in addition to that, he said that it takes about 13, 14 days. Did I hear that correctly? Where there's like a in-between prep phases that you can kind of review and like basically kind of like reassemble your teams based off of your experiences before. And then last but not least, matchmaking is going to be based off of clan league first, then CVC metrics second, or like, you know, maybe not in that order, but those are 2 factors that are contributing. And then eventually, as you do battles inside Siege, it'll be based off of your victory points instead. Interesting. So I think we have to kind of preface this that the first couple of rounds may be a little tumultuous until they stabilize, which is kind of similar to how we had our live arena experience. Everybody started off from the ground and had to work their way up. So some fights, they were like insurmountable because you were going against a much, much stronger account. And then down the road, it equaled out to where you're playing more on an equal platform with your associated opponent. So that's not too bad. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that so far.
Finally, the battle phase begins. Your opponent's fortress will be revealed, and you have 2 days to conquer it. Buildings cannot be repaired during the battle phase, so ensure all your repairs are completed before battle is joined. So, how does a siege actually play out? To complete almost any action in a siege, you need scrolls. Not mastery scrolls, but defense, attack, and rematch scrolls. To place champions as defenders within a building, you'll need defense scrolls. Each clan gets enough defense scrolls for 30 clan members to fill all the open slots in their fortress. Clans with less than 30 members will be at a disadvantage, so step up recruitment before Siege goes live. With your defense scrolls in hand, spend them wherever you want. It costs 1 scroll to assign 1 defense team to a building or post. Unless you have duplicates, you cannot assign the same champion to multiple defense teams. However, champions on guard duty are still free to lay siege to an opponent's fortress. Don't ask about the logistics. For posts, it's simple. There's only 1 space for 1 team, so pick your champions and condition that best suits your strategy. Buildings are a little more complex. Depending on how many slots there are available, buildings may be divided into individual groups that become super important when attacking and defending. For example, a level 3 stronghold is composed of 6 groups, with each group containing 3 defense teams. An attacker will have to defeat the first team in each group to
Hey, yeah, no way they actually put a name called Teeter in there.
continue their onslaught. So lay out your weakest defenders first to bait your enemy into a trap. As a reminder, only the clan leader and deputies can activate building bonuses. and the only player who plays champions into a defense team slot can remove them. So don't be that guy. Talk with the rest of your clan to figure out a strategy, rather than rushing to place a team in the first empty slot you see. Fortunately, you can reassign champions, bonuses, and conditions with no penalty during the prep phase. Your team's setup will be remembered between sieges, and you won't have to manually pick your champions each time. You'll also have access to the usual preset menu, where you can choose save teams from the arena
or previous sieges. That's kind of cool.
Previous siege.
That's cool.
You can also set a reserve team in case of emergency. Should any slots be left empty at the end of the prep phase, the game will try to fill them from randomly chosen teams from your clan's pool of reserves.
Oh my God.
Let's now switch from defense to attack. Attacking enemy teams requires attack scrolls, which are granted to each clan member at the beginning of the battle phase. Their number can differ between sieges and is determined by how many eligible participants there are in your clan and the max number of defense teams the enemy fortress can hold. You'll also get one additional attack scroll just for good measure. Now, before you ask, no, you cannot airdrop right into the enemy stronghold and call it mission accomplished.
You got to push through the base.
You'll need to fight your way through the enemy's fortress, taking out posts and buildings to clear a path for the remainder of your clan. Battles between teams are strictly 1v1. So once someone is declared an attack, no one else can intervene until the battle is finished. Should the attacker fail to defeat the defending team, another clan member can try their luck, or the initial attacker can spend a rematch scroll for another shot. You're not locked into using the same team when rematching, so change up your tactics accordingly. As mentioned, larger buildings like a stronghold will require defeating each team within multiple defense groups.
Each fight is going to require
the first team within each separate group simultaneously, but they can only move on to the next team in a group after triumphing over the one before it. Should you come
Each fight's going to require a scroll individually, so you can't just tackle one tower or stronghold and just run it down with just your team alone. You need like multiple scrolls per battle, basically, and then because you're going to be limited to how many scrolls you're going to have, you cannot do this content alone. TLDR.
Across an empty slot, you can capture it without a fight, though this does mean spending an attack scroll. To claim a building from the enemy, you must defeat or capture every slot within it. When you do, the building is considered destroyed, disabling any bonuses that building may provide to the enemy. Rinse and repeat until the siege is won. However, should one enemy team remain standing in a building, it counts as a successful defense, meaning the building receives no overall damage and the defending clan receives victory medals. Sometimes holding on to the bitter end is victory enough. Once defeated, defending teams cannot be fought again, except for in mana shrines. Here, each player in the attacking clan can rematch defeated teams exactly once. These rebattles do not cost an attack scroll and yield mana orbs for successful victories. Conquer a shrine and then earn as many mana orbs as you can to fuel future sieges. As for your champions, they can participate in a total of 2 offensive battles per siege, so plan your attacks carefully. Don't waste your most powerful attacker demolishing a defender that someone weaker could handle. Each building that you successfully capture or defend will earn your clan victory medals. You'll need to earn as many as possible to be declared the winner of a siege and to unlock some sweet milestone rewards in the process.
A new set. Go figure.
Important note. Attacking or defending a higher level building does not yield more victory medals than a lower level one. So capturing that empty low-level defense tower may be a better use of resources than besieging that heavily defended shrine. The siege is over, the fighting has been truly fierce, but after the dust settles, who is declared the victor? To stand triumphant over your rival, you need to fulfill 2 conditions. Capture their stronghold and earn more victory medals than them. If you achieve both, congratulations, you're the winner. If you're unable to complete one or...
What that means for us as players is that our first and foremost goal should be to try to conquer the stronghold, and that means we're gonna have to push through certain directions to get to it. But then after that, we need to try to accommodate grabbing as many victories as we can across the map. The one who has the more victories, depending on, from map, will be the victor. That makes sense, and I'm kind of okay with that. That's all right.
Both of these objectives, its mission failed. You will also earn or lose victory points based on individual battles that were won and lost during the battle phase, and if your clan was declared the overall winner or loser. Victory points inform your clan's siege tier and will be important for future matchmaking and...
So is this like a matchmaking? This is a matchmaking system. Okay. For the clan, though. Okay. Siege victory plus 15, battle victory plus 1, siege victory plus 20, and then it's 25. It goes in increments of 5. And then the rewards looks like it's 5-star for tier 1, which means there's going to be kind of poop rewards right off the rip. Depending on the bonus, let's start there too as well. If it's a variable set that has like accessories, there could be some value there. Even though it is a 5-star value to start off. But then down the road, it looks like tier 2 is also rank 5 materials. Okay. Rank 3 or tier 3 is 6-star purple. Tier 4 is 6-star legendary. And then tier 5 is rank 5 mythical.
And determine certain rewards.
With tier 6 being... I saw that. With tier 6 being 6-star mythical.
Matchmaking and determine certain rewards.
Yeah.
Rewards.
Interesting. Okay.
We all love rewards. So let's have a look at what you could win from sieges. First up are Florin and Mana Orb rewards. Each player will earn Florins whenever they win an offensive battle, with them also receiving more for each of their defense teams that remain undefeated at the end of the battle phase. The whole clan will receive Mana Orbs for capturing the enemy's stronghold and shrines, as well as keeping their own secure. As previously mentioned, rebattling defeated enemy teams and shrines can also net additional Mana Orbs. These rewards are yours to claim once a siege ends, but only if you won at least one offensive or defensive battle. Hey, no guts, no glory. Milestone rewards are next on the docket. And these can be
that's a participation
as soon as your clan
requirement.
hits a specific victory medal milestone. Like with Florin and Mana Orb rewards, you need to have won one offensive or defensive battle to claim these clan-wide rewards. Finally, there's the biggest reward, the Siege Victory Chest. Only the victorious
so it is a
clan
variable set.
receives these wondrous spoils.
Fragments for the new champion and avatars and primal quartz. Okay. Looks like I see also a Chaos Ore clan currency for the clan shop as well as clan experience.
Containing all manner of amazing prizes. Same rules apply though. No battle victory, no chest reward for you. Bragging rights are a reward, right? Well, each siege win earns your clan.
They say you don't play,
trophy,
you don't.
which will be displayed
you don't
next
stay,
to your
you don't
CBC
play, you don't get
trophies.
anything.
It's always nice to expand the old trophy cabinet.
That's
there
cool.
are also dedicated siege leaderboards where you can see which clan members donated the most florins or mana orbs, as well as who racked up the most battle victories. For you clan leaders and deputies, inspect these results carefully. You can see who are your star players and who can be trusted to lead the charge in future sieges. With that, the siege is over, my brave warriors. The prep phase kicks back in, giving your clan 12 days to rest, collect rewards, and prepare for the next battle. And that concludes our update preview too. Man, that sure was extensive. We hope this guide has prepared you for your future siege battles, and you're excited to fight alongside your fellow clanmates very soon. As always, hit that like button, subscribe for all the latest and greatest raid content, and leave a comment on what excites you the most about Siege. All right.
But for me, we take those. All right, let's actually take a look at some of the things that they talked about. So, obviously, there's going to be 3 different phases, which makes sense, right? There's a prep phase, there's a matchmaking phase, and then there's the actual fight itself, right? Prep phase, you have about 12 days in between each individual or each prep phase, which means that in terms of when you can do a queue time up, you may be able to queue throughout the entire week whenever is appropriate for your clan. But you after you have your prep phase into matchmaking into a fight, you are on cooldown, or is it like a static? You have a prep phase that you could start exactly on this day, and that's pretty much it, and you're locked into a pattern per se. That's kind of similar to like CBC is always going to be a bi-weekly thing, and maybe Siege is that case. I'm not entirely sure there. That would be something that we would have to kind of we'll see when we get in game. Defense reports, they obviously made that like posts are going to be like the big ones for individual teams. That's going to be one and done. The bigger, more popular towers, the more renowned towers in the sense like the Magic Tower, the the stronghold and the more important spots in the map. They're going to have spaces for multiple defenses, which is going to be interesting. And then, as always, we already know before that there's going to be some synergy behind towers and posts as you build into pathing and whatnot. And then, last but not least, in terms of rewards, they mentioned participation is kind of required. You have to at least do one defense, one. You have to put some skin in the game in order to get it. So that's something that even as a clan leader, I would not be able to control. Or a deputy, for that matter, for those that are listening in. And then, of course, there are certain things that when people aspire to do a post, a fight, or anything around those lines, once one person locks in, they have to finish it up before somebody else can join in on the fight and try to fight the post themselves. Win or lose, if you do lose, you have to use a rematch scroll. If you want to attack, you need an attack scroll. If you are a defending person, you want to put a defense there, you need a defense scroll. It's basically that's self-explanatory for the most part. That also puts limitations on how much you can put in a given map, which is a very interesting dynamic to have to watch out for. We knew about the conditions and stuff and setting conditions for people to have to fight against, so that's interesting already as it is. Let's see what else we saw here. Battle phase lasts for about 2 days. So within a 2-day window, you have to be able to do it. It would be cool if they set the siege timer for when like you could start like your prep phase or when you can go into a battle phase could be at the convenience of the clan itself, and then other clans that are queued up in a similar manner could fight each other. Or if it's just one that's static, and maybe that's a little bit more simple for consistency's sake, that might be something we have to watch out for. But very, very interesting dynamic. Fighting the mana towers for mana orbs is interesting. I believe that's the currency used to acquire bonuses and activate bonuses. So that's something that's going to be somewhat important depending on how your approach is to your defense as well as like your offense. Because I believe you can add bonuses for both of those categories if you're looking to make a fight happen. I want to see if there is an active bonus and it says battle. So like this is a great example of being able to apply a bonus perhaps. Maybe it does show that it's locked, so I wonder if that's just like a hard lock from the tower itself that's being imposed that you're fighting against. Maybe it's not so much on the offensive side, but definitely for defense. And then of course the scrolls that are required there. Okay, this is all very interesting so far. I think I kind of picked up most of what I was trying to hear right off the rip. A tower, a siege, a stronghold that are like one of the more renowned spots in the map are not down totally until you have every single defense destroyed or beaten, and then you capture it. Even the capture itself requires a scroll. So maybe this could be this will be dependent upon your clannies and your team and the way that the performance is going to be. But maybe if you have people who aren't really strong attackers right now at the moment, you could save their attack scrolls for just capturing the point, whereas the people who are knocking out the defenses can actually fight the defenses themselves. So there's going to be like a pattern or strategy to like give people. Everybody's going to be important is what I'm going to say from this right off the rip, because you need those scrolls, and the ability to attack for each individual area is going to be very, very important. Wow, what a lot to digest. I think I need to watch this video a couple times just to make sure I'm not missing anything. I think that for clans that are dealing with like a lot of recruitment or trying to make sure that they're set up properly and whatnot, you guys got your work cut out for you. So clan leaders, I'm with you. I'm a clan leader of my clan, and I'm already feeling a little stressed out about what we gotta do and how we gotta organize and how we gotta orchestrate things. It's gonna be interesting. So with that being said, let me know in the comments, are you guys, now that we have a little bit more information, we have a little bit of insight into some of the rewards you're gonna get, does this seem enticing? I want to say the new set, depending on what that is, they haven't announced it yet. Depending on what that brings to the table, I am cautiously optimistic. I look forward to seeing what that's going to bring to the table. It would be really, really cool if it's something that has a little bit more of a different stratagem behind what we already have for variable sets. So if it brings something very unique to the table that would be interesting for players or different types of characters or champions, I'm all game for it. That's cool. I actually want more variable sets in general. As a matter of fact, Play 'em, if you're listening in, we do a lot of forging, and there's a lot of sets there that aren't really like usable, or they're kind of dated in a sense, is what I'm going to say. Maybe by adding a variable version of that set so that maybe we can craft accessories, could open up some doors for like some build diversity. I think that might be something that might be worth a conversation, Anyways, with that being said, you guys let me know in the comments below, how are you guys feeling about this siege? I think it's It's scary, but I think we always, as always, we have to touch our toes into the ocean in order to realize that we enjoy the beach, you know? So with that being said, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and as always remember, stay ascended.